Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? And have you get vaccinated? If you haven't, I would like to know more about the vaccination in Malaysia. You can watch the link in above to know more about vaccination in Malaysia. So today in this video, I'm going to show you my monitor, Xiaomi 24-inch. I'm going to share with you what are the reasons that I buy this monitor, how is the design looks like, where did I buy it from, how much it cost, and the function of it, how did I use it, and the accessories that I use it. And lastly, I will share with you my personal reviews on this monitor after 2 to 3 months of using it. Okay, so without further ado, let's start it now. Right, talking about the reason of buying it, because I don't have a monitor. But working on the laptop small screen, it's somehow really doing my life because the screen is so small and yet I need to open up so many tabs and also windows. A big screen is much preferred for that situation. So that's why this is one of the reasons that I bought it. Second reason is it looks good, and third, price is surprisingly cheap. And after compare all the specification, found that it is worth the price. Fifth reason, I always wanted to have a desk setup, which usually you have a big monitor. I will have a full video talking about my working desk setup, so let's stay tuned for that. Those are the 5 reasons that I buy this monitor. You have a Xiaomi logo at the back of the monitor. Bezel is considered quite sleek. The buttons is actually at the back, so you can't see any buttons from front. I want to talk about the stand. This monitor is fully built by plastic, but you wouldn't feel it is cheap. It looks quite premium. The function of the stand is quite well-rounded. They have cable management embedded into the original stand. You can move up and down, turn left and right, and tilt up and down. It looks premium and it's quite sturdy. Okay, let's look at all the buttons. You can adjust the brightness and you have dynamic brightness. I don't know what's that. Black level, contrast, DCR.
2,000 years later.
Motion response time. Maybe I should take on motion response time. Okay, then after that, smart mode. You have standard, eco, game, move. I'm pressing it, so I need to guess every time. Motherfucker. Usually I use it for my video editing, because if you are editing video on small screen, the footage that you can see is very short, and yeah, it's kind of like difficult for you to edit a video because it's short and you can't see more clips on it. It allows me to have split screen. Actually, on a original monitor allows you to do split screen as well, but the split screen is very narrow and it's kind of like difficult for you to look at it. The words are very small, very tiny, and it's very suffering for you to look at it. So basically I use it for video editing, for works purpose, and of course there are some other functions other than works and works. Alright, so that's how I use this monitor for. And let's jump to the where did I buy it. So for your information, nowadays if you want to buy IT gadgets or you want to buy some home appliances, my recommendation is always check on online purchase platforms like Shopee and Lazada in Malaysia. They have surveyed it is actually the cheaper price. I've compared Shopee and Lazada. That shop offers the cheaper price, and actually for payment option you can have Shopee payments and you can have installment plan as well. How much it cost me? Let me show you how much I bought it. Let's talk about the accessory that I use on this monitor. Basically, you need to prepare cables, HDMI cables. Actually, they provided you one DisplayPort to DisplayPort cable. If your laptop is having HDMI port, so you need to have HDMI to DP converter. Another accessory that you might need is a monitor arm. Okay, for my case, I have my monitor arm to mount on this. It depends on the situation and how you want to use it. So it's different story and different person have different needs. So me myself, I bought a monitor stand. You can have a look on the link above to check on the monitor arm that I'm using right now. And lastly, my personal review on this monitor after 2 to 3 months of using it. It is kind of like small to me now. The color is pretty good, but it depends on what kind of cables that you are using. If you are using a lousy HDMI cable that it only supports HD, so you can see the monitor is not as clear as if you are using a 8K cable. Image quality looks very big difference. If you are comparing HD cable and 8K cable, it's pretty big the difference. So that's why I always look for 8K cables. There are only 2 downsides for this monitor. The button is actually very troublesome because it is hide behind the monitor. Every time you are using it, it's very difficult and you need to guess which buttons that you are pressing on. And sometimes you might accidentally click exit and you need to press again to continue whatever things that you want to do on this monitor. It's quite slow response whenever I want to awake this monitor. It takes about 2-3 seconds to appear on the screen. Other than that, I'm pretty good with this monitor. It looks simple, it looks good to me, but you can easily use it for another 2-3 years. Cheaper price among other options where you have the same specification like curved screen 34-inch and 144 gigahertz. Yeah, the cost is cheap, the build quality is good, the image quality is good for me. To rate this monitor for 80 points out of 100. So that's my review on this monitor.